Hi everyone, today's Thursday, March 31st, 2016. Well, the last day of the month for March, and it is time to start your seeds and grow your little seedlings and start planting for the spring. As you can see here, springs arrive kind of early. The warm temperature in Southern California pretty much invite all the plants, all the seeds to germinate and start growing like crazy. As you can see here, I just want to show you guys really quick what happened to my front yard now. My front yard has turned into a little oasis, if you want to call it. Some people call it jungle because they don't know how to appreciate spontaneous growth of plant. For me, I love the the unpredictable, the surprise, and it's spontaneous, of stuff that grow. And I just love it. And they just grow wherever they want it to. And you can see here, look, somewhat chaotic. If you consider it chaotic, I don't think it's chaotic. I think I just love the here and there, so it keep growing any way they want it to. And look at this beautiful plant, beautiful Southern California poppies, flowers. Okay, but I want to talk about something today. Do I start seeds? Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But I've been here for several years now, and a lot of my annual plants, like tomatoes, peppers, cilantros, okra, other plants, I don't have to start to seed anymore. The simple reason is that I got so many seeds on the ground that they grow by themselves. That's the beauty of allowing the seeds to spread and grow on their own. And I want to show you guys several examples. And here's one example. So this is the container that I potted with a lot of potting mix, warm cast, compost. A lot of this compost comes from my backyard. As you can see here, I still have remnants of eggshells. You can see that. And I put a lot of perlite, which is a little lightweight volcanic stuff, the white stuff, to help with drainage and aerations, all the stuff. And you can see a little bit of this avocado peel skin, okay? But in general, all this here comes from my compost bin. And if you look at all this tiny little seedlings here, you guessed it, there are tomatoes. And I would suppose all this little seedlings here are my red cherry tomatoes. I don't have to buy tomatoes at all in terms of plants because they grow so many of them, so much from everywhere, that wherever I want to plant one, I just dig them up and transplant them. So initially, this is how they look like when they first germinated, with two little baby leaves, and then the two sort of maturely comes in right there. So those are the mature leaf, you want to call it. So once they start, it's two sets of leaves, mature leaf, you can dig them up and transplant them out. And that will, then they'll be fine. Tomatoes are very easy to transplant. They don't get shocked as easy as other plants. And even if they do get shocked, transplant shock, they will recover very quickly. And that's one thing I love about tomatoes. Other plant, not very suitable for transplant, especially the flowers, the poppies. No way. If you try and transplant them, they would instantly die. But that's just from my experience. Maybe you can do it, I don't know. Okay, so this is probably red cherry tomato, and there's hundreds of them in here. Seeds are very, very tough. They go dormant sometime, and even if you put in a compost bin, they will not degrade, they will not decompose, because they have a tough protective coating around the seeds. And when the conditions it's right, they will, voila, germinate and come alive. And that's how tomatoes really survive. So this is one of example, and I want to show you other example. Okay, and here, look at that. All this here, I didn't plant any of this here. Even here, this tomatoes, I didn't plant any of this. And all this little seedling, all this little guy here you see here, are cilantro. And I spotted another one here. This one here is an okra. I can tell you for sure, that's an okra. Okay, so whenever time's ready, I will dig it up and transplant somewhere out, because here is the dragon fruit. So the cilantro, I spread out literally hundreds of seeds from my plant, and they just grow wild. everywhere. Of course, look at this. This is wildflowers. Keep going. And I want to show you a few more plants, a few more examples. So let's go this way. Okay, so here's one I want to show you. This plant is doing very well. This is tomatoes. Again, last year I grew tomatoes here, if you recall. A whole bunch of tomatoes growing here. And of course, the fruit drop on the ground and the seed come back, and voila, here's another plant. And now it's 12 inches now tall. So I erected a nice trellis for it to grow. I will probably grow this guy multiple stem instead of usual single stem. So I'll allow probably three branches to come up. Okay, and of course again, look at all these little tiny little seedlings. Those are cilantro. Look at this. They're everywhere. Look at this. Look at this. And look at those. Wow, last year those are here too. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I need to transplant a few of them out. And those are Japanese pumpkins. Beautiful pumpkin, right? So if you recall, they were all here, and now all the flowers occupy this space. But some of the vegetables actually come back. It's wonderful. So I want to show you probably a few more examples. So that's just several examples, and I want to show you some more. Okay, so let's go this way. Let me see if I can show you some of the. And I do have passion fruit. I have all of that stuff growing here too. There's so many of them. I just couldn't really show you guys. And here, look at that. Look at those bunch of tomatoes. Look at that. See that? Those are tomatoes. Last year I have tomatoes here. Again, cilantro plant. And look at all these flowers. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's amazing, isn't it? To some people, they look a little chaotic. But for me, I just love this spontaneity of it. Plants just grow on their own without any care. And this is how nature grows. Whenever the wind takes the seeds, or wherever the water, whatever, and wherever they spread the seed, that's where it grows. That's how nature grows best. And sure enough, I have plenty of poppy flowers here. Okay, and here's some more. Look at this. Cilantro. I even have tomatoes in here. I got a lot of stuff in here that I don't know what I have. And that's the beauty of it. And sometimes you get some surprise. And I just love surprise when it comes to gardening. Oh, I also have a raspberry plant in there somewhere. Right there, that's a raspberry plant. Okay, and a lot of cilantro everywhere. Look at that. Well, that's my take on seeds, starting seeds. Yeah, if you need to plant something, then you should start now. Depends where you're at, what region, how cold. You might want to keep the seedling indoor for now, and bring them out when the weather is really warm, up to about 70 degrees, and with nice daytime temperature. And nighttime, you might want to bring them in and get them used to the weather, get them adjusted to the weather. But for tomatoes, and if you live in Southern California, for tomatoes, they're ready to grow. They're ready to grow. And I want to show you one more before I turn off this video. The video is getting long, so let me go to the backyard. I want to show you something. And voila, here it is. Now this container, there's a tomatoes plant here. The tomatoes plant is almost 3 feet tall now. It wasn't here. I didn't plant the tomato plant. Again, the tomatoes plant grow by itself. So I just leave it in the container, add some more worm casting and compost, and look at this, it starts taking off now. And it's actually producing the first clumps of fruit now. You can see that. And I will allow it to climb up to the trellis here. This trellis is over 7 feet tall. That's plenty of enough room for it to climb. And again, I will allow it to spread out to about 3 branches. So not single stem, I want to let it grow about 3 branches up this trellis. And I will guide up this trellis here. And plenty of flowers so far, and fruit, you can see that. Okay, alrighty, so that's it for the video for today. And again, this Thai chili, look at this, it's coming off again. It's starting to produce new leaves. Well, the videos have been long enough, and thank you for watching. And please post a comment and please subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you again. Happy gardening.